take a bunch of L3's known to be the smallest tank in War Thunder along with weaker armor vehicles like trucks and other rounds to see if they can make it from one side of the map and back, staying in a single column or row while many STURMTIGERs are used as artillery to try and stop as many as they can, with the help of scout drones to give them eyes on where their targets are. Will participants racing to save their lives make it to the finish line for safety? Or will the explosive destruction of 380mm rockets raining down on them be too much to leave any survivors left? Today, we find out. In round 1, we test this with the L3, and then in round 2, we try trucks and other wheeled vehicles. In this first round, we have the L3 start on the grid location of E7 on the map, and when I say go, they have to see if they can make it from one side of the map and back while staying in their same row, while our STURMTIGER participants staying in their own row rain down as many massive explosive rockets as they can with the help of scout drones flying over the L3's to let the STURMTIGER team know where they are. Let's see how our participants do testing this out for the first time. STURMTIGERs are lined up and ready to fire as the signal is given to go. Scout drones are seen flying up overhead as the STURMTIGERs take their first shots. Scout drones start spotting their targets to help the STURMTIGERs know exactly where they are. However, in this part of the map, it is actually exposed to some of the STURMTIGERs, making them more vulnerable. These rockets are almost the size of these little tanks themselves, and they're being seen flying right over their heads. The STURMTIGER has a 40 to 50 second reload, which will give the L3's more time before the next wave of rockets rain down. I can only imagine the panic going through each participant's minds while trying to run away from these massive explosions. The first STURMTIGER is able to take out an L3 without even seeing it and using the help of the drones to know where they are. Most of them reaching the other side of the map, but now they've got to turn around and make it all the way back. Can most of them make it, especially given that opening right at the end? Nothing like seeing one get killed right behind you. You can see here just what I was talking about with this slight opening, that the STURMTIGERs have good visibility right on the L3's. I think some didn't have the L3, so I let it slide. L3 Judgment Day. Some getting so close to the finish line they can almost taste it. Oh, but not today. This was hands down the scariest part for the L3's. So many explosions happening all around him at this part, plus having to go uphill made it even worse. Some of the L3's were turning around, I believe, out of fear. This little hero actually tries to go back and save his other L3 friend. But the STURMTIGERs show no mercy. Being 15 STURMTIGERs and 44 L3's, only 26 survived. Because the survivability seemed high, participants voted to try trucks or wheeled vehicles, only for the second round. But they'll now be 2 rows closer, and given they're so much faster than the L3's, we tried to see how many times they could make it back and forth. Let's see how round 2 goes. Vehicles line up as they wait for the signal to go, and here it starts. Starting out with a traffic jam didn't help them at the beginning. What rush hour on the freeway would look like under STURMTIGER fire. The truck's armor isn't as good as the L3's, making them even more vulnerable to the explosions the STURMTIGER rockets have to offer. drones didn't do much because being this close to the STURMTIGERs, they could actually see somewhat from their spot in the trucks racing for their lives. The STURMTIGERs that were high on the rocks to help them see better weren't supposed to be using their machine guns, but I didn't notice much damage being done when used. First trucks being seen reaching one side, how many times do you think they'll be able to make it back and forth before all are taken out? What a bloodbath. Already out of the 45 trucks or wheeled vehicles, only 18 remain. Not sure how that leading truck survived that, but wow. I was so surprised that for such a big truck that was leading the way that he survived as long as he did. Props to him. Down to the last vehicle with making it back and forth 1 complete times and halfway on the second go-around. Can he finish the second circuit before he dies? Nope, and I was honestly impressed they were able to get that far with some of the STURMTIGERs having visual on them while up on the high rocks. In round 3, it was voted to try this on Normandy, where the STURMTIGERs had to stay behind column 4 on the map grid, while our runners in trucks and wheeled vehicles had to try and go back and forth while staying in column 6, which will be able to be seen in the map grid on the bottom right hand corner soon. Let's see if at least some of our runners can make it back and forth 2 times this time around. The signal is given to go. STURMTIGERs already having themselves pre-aimed on the starting point, wiping out 16 of the runners so far. I didn't tell them they couldn't do this. Runners reaching the halfway point before getting to the first side of the map. Finally reaching the first side with luckily only losing a few more runners, with some of the faster ones completing a whole lap. Amazing, all the way across the map. On their way to complete lap 2. Reaching their halfway point on their second lap. Decided to finish round 3 after the runners made 2 complete laps, with 23 that died out of the 38 that started out. In our bonus round for fun, we decided to see if 4 STURMTIGERs could survive for 25 minutes, while a swarm of L3’s now got to attack them with infinite respawns. Let's see if the STURMTIGERs can last until the end. I left the spectator controls at top of the screen so you can see how much time is left as the battle progresses. Do you think the 4 STURMTIGERs can survive? Ouch, and that's overkill if I've ever seen it. Poor L3’s, having to watch out for rockets and getting run over. Such a brave soul. Oof. Some of the STURMTIGERs are seeing their teammates in trouble as the L3’s close in to start circling around them. Aw, how cute. He's asked him to join him to dance. Peekaboo, I see you. funny how nothing would happen to the STURMTIGER's teammates when a rocket would explode so close to them. That is a scary view. Was smart with many of the L3's trying to shoot the STURMTIGER's rocket, as if damaged enough, it would cause the STURMTIGER to explode. Gotta be somewhat particular with these shots, as if you get a miss, that long reload could be the difference between survival and death, as many more of these L3's are seen starting to close in more. Whew, that was close. At this point, there's only 2 STURMTIGERs left, and here comes the L3's. They only have to survive for 7 more minutes in order to win. He has no more rockets left, so I don't think shooting inside the barrel is going to end up killing him. We did allow the use of the small French tank as well, if players wanted to use it. So funny seeing these little L3's drop down and disappear into these massive craters the STURMTIGERs have created. Oh, he's got one track out. The L3 team trying to do everything they can with only 2 minutes left on the clock. Can they do it? And that is it, the L3 team wins, but it was primarily because the French L3 has a little bit better pen than the Italian L3. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and thank you to all those that helped. You all stay cool and keep tanking.